Hi everyone, welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make an Amritsari Chole, a very classic North Indian dish. I've been inspired by this chole ever since I visited the North India, and each time I had it, I used to decipher the flavors and what goes in, what does not. There's so much of research that has gone into trying to get this chole recipe right. Now this one is a complete adaptation, but the flavors are a bomb. Absolutely spot on. Delicious, melt in the mouth chole, that softness of the chana, which is soaked beautifully and then cooked to perfection. The icing on the cake is when you actually serve it along with some sliced ginger on the top with a squeeze of lemon, along with some kulchas, and maybe pair it along with some sarson ka saag and gajar halwa and a lacha pyaz and a chash maybe, or a lassi. Or a boondi raita. Doesn't that sound wonderful? So now that is what I call a complete meal. And this chole is wonderful. So to begin making the Amritsari Chole, the first thing I'm going to be doing is to put together the chola masala, right? Because we're going to be roasting in the fresh spices and then pounding them to a nice coarse powder. So I have with me some cinnamon, cloves, badi elaichi, coriander seeds, cumin seeds, anardana. That's the really secret ingredient over here, which adds in the rich color and taste, and some black peppercorn. So the first thing is to roast all of them together on medium heat until you smell the aromas coming through. And once you get that and it's well roasted, we're going to pound it. Wonderful, this is almost done. I'm just going to allow it to cool for a bit, and then I'm going to pound it. You can either put it into a mixer grinder and blend it, or use a pestle and mortar and pound it as well. Beautiful flavors just still coming through from the masala. And that danedar masala is something that I like, because that is what, when you bite into some food, the textures and the crunch from the coriander and the cinnamon, all of that makes so much of a difference. And this is just beautiful. That's it. And you will see the magic happen when we put them all together. So the first thing that we need to do and prep is to soak the chana, which is the Kabuli chana, in water for at least 8 hours or overnight. So now this chana has been soaking for over 8 hours now, and when you actually break it, it'll break easily, and that's how you know that it's soaked really well. Add in some salt. Cover the pressure cooker and cook the chana for about 40 minutes. So the first 10 minutes on high heat for about 6 to 7 whistles, and the next 30 minutes on low heat until the chana is completely cooked. So it's been half an hour since the pressure is released, and I've let the chana be in the cooker for some time. Now I'm going to open it. Wonderful. Notice how beautifully the chana is cooked. And when you actually press it between your fingers, it should just mash like that perfectly. An important ingredient when cooking the Amritsari Chole is the ghee. And to this, I'm going to be first sauteing our onions, some green chilies, garlic, and ginger. Saute this until the onions become nice and soft. This will take about 3 to 4 minutes. It'll start sweating. It'll become tender and soft. So it's been about 3 minutes, and notice that the onions have softened, it's changed color, it's become lightly translucent and pink. This is perfect. At this stage, I'm just going to go ahead and add in our spice mix that we made earlier, and we'll give it a stir. Before we do that, I'm just going to go ahead and add in just a little bit of turmeric powder. And amchur powder is quite important for its tanginess, but the anardana also does it, and we can add a little bit of tomatoes. That's going to add to the delicious taste. And some Kashmiri red chili powder. We've added a lot of green chilies, just a little bit, and some kala namak, which is the black salt. And I've already cooked the chana with a little bit of salt. I'm just going to add a little bit more here, and then we'll add that later once, everything is done and we have a good taste of it. Okay, perfect. So notice the color is already developing because of all the spices that we got. This color, this one, we got it already. There's no tea leaves required, nothing at all. At this stage, the tomatoes, and just allow it to mash up and cook for about a minute until the tomatoes become mushy. Notice that it's already becoming mushy. These were nice juicy tomatoes. Now we have our cooked chana, which we did. I told you it has to be nice and soft. You press it, it'll just melt in your mouth. And mix it all up. Add some water. Yeah, because we're going to be simmering it for about half an hour. And after you add the water is when you taste for the salt, okay? Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and allow this chana masala to simmer for a good 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, I'm going to come back and then we'll see how it's done, okay? And the Amritsari Chole has been simmering for close to about 40 minutes to an hour. I let it simmer and look at that. Beautiful colors. And you know what the trick is? That's simmering and the beautiful blended spices that we added. Now the final touch is to drop in a bit of ghee on the top. This is absolutely critical. We cooked in along with some ghee and we're going to be adding some ghee on the top, and this ghee actually heightens the flavor of the dish and it tastes really wonderful, okay? And finally, I'm just going to go ahead and add in some lots of chopped coriander leaves, right? And then finally, the most important thing is the garnish. And you can also fry some green chilies as well if you like. And I won't add it right now. When you're ready to serve, add it over each plate. People can add it and then squeeze a little bit of lemon along with some lacha, pyaz and kulcha, and your meal would be beautifully done. I'm just going to go ahead and give this a taste. Oh my God. Absolutely creamy. The fresh flavors of the spices and the ghee that we added on top is heightening it even more, and the fresh coriander leaves. Yummy. I can't wait to just dive into it with some kulcha. So I really hope you enjoyed watching this recipe of how to put the Amritsari Chole together. Wasn't that delicious? The simmering of spices and the colors, rich colors that come off, the tanginess that comes from the anardana that you add is so critical. But yes, amchur powder as well as the subtle hint of green chilies and ginger and all of them coming together. Important is cooking the chole to that softness. Absolutely delicious recipe. Do give this recipe a try. And when you do, don't forget to share your feedback in the comments below because I will always be looking to hear back from you. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel by hitting on the bell button because you'll be notified of all the recipes and meal plans and so many more recipes week on week so that you can make them easily in your kitchen. So until then, until next time, happy cooking and healthy eating.